turning active income into passive income is something that we all should be working on. But it doesn't matter what you do for a living. You could be a professional athlete. You could be, lawyer, doctor, engineer. Let's see some stuff that we don't hear all the time. You could be a custodian or a truck driver. But the idea is to take that active income and turn it into passive income. Welcome to Freedom Fridays, brought to you by the Black Wealth Rebels. My name is Jimmy. I am joined by our special guest, Dr. Chaz. Dr. Chaz, how are you?
I'm doing well, doing well. Thanks. Glad to be here on another Friday.
Absolutely. So Corey should be here in a second. Kamari is running around getting the keys and all the last minute things for our Saturday school tomorrow. For those who don't know, tomorrow, October 4th, is the first Saturday of our Saturday school. Something that we're adding on to the work that we do in the community. We'll be at, for those in Philadelphia, we'll be at 108 East Price Street at Faith Chapel Church, playing games, teaching finance, and feeding the youth. That's kind of our thing and what we do. So look forward for those that can make it. We'll see you tomorrow. For those that are in different cities, like, look, highlight us, man. Let's set up a Saturday school in your city. That's what we're trying to do, is get this work done. Like I said, Corey will be in a second, but Chance is here. Chance, how was your week?
It was good, always hitting up Spy. Been working on my channel. I appreciate you sending me that clip. I was immediately like, oh, I need to chop that up. And you sent it right over, like
Oh
tagging
yeah,
me
oh
in it. So I
yeah,
was
oh yeah.
excited about it.
Listen, absolutely, and I'm glad you're working on your channel. Glad you're getting that part done. And we want to make sure we help your channel grow. For those that may not know, tell everybody what's your channel.
It's KBBB Consult. So it's my business, Know Better, Do Better Consults. It's just the abbreviation. So I'm just
Mhm.
bringing more people knowledge about charting, trading, more active. I'm not gonna read off on no slide, and I don't have any notes and stuff like that. We're just getting straight busy on the charts.
Okay, Corey is finally here. Looks like he in a hostage video, but he's here nonetheless though in the dark. Shit,
Ransom.
Corey, we gotta get you some light, bro. You out here wilding, man.
All right, listen, man. We gonna solve that issue. I've been doing everything else besides that.
This
So
yeah, this week has been absolutely crazy with the camp and everything that's going on. This week has been absolutely crazy, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm super excited about it. It's going to be the first, in many, hopefully. And can't wait to see what'll be out there. Oh, also, by the way, we haven't talked to you guys in about a week. Last Saturday went amazing as well, where we were at the Emerging Media Conference. Got a chance to speak there, so that was super dope. Met a lot of great people. Some people in some powerful positions who were impressed with the work we do. So I'm looking forward to see what those connections lead to for us. But it was dope. A lot of content dropped this week. Dropped two podcasts. If you're in the village, you got it last week. But Stats and another real estate podcast. So we got a lot going on. Like I said, but the main thing is tomorrow's Saturday school. And for those that can't make it, I still want you guys to do me a favor and just share out the information. I would definitely appreciate that. I'm not asking you to donate. Like I said in the video, no donations. I just want you to share the information because I want to get the more people aware of what it is we're doing, because the idea is long term is to have a Saturday school in various cities, because we believe in not waiting for people to help educate our youth, but for us to go out there and physically educate our youth ourselves. We're not even looking for the school district to do it. Like, we beyond that. We are hitting the ground and going to do the work ourselves. So this would be super dope. And I got a lot of great finance games. Everybody knows about Monopoly, but there's so many more. Like, I haven't even shown them all. I did a couple videos this week showing some of the games we have. I might drop another one tonight before everything starts tomorrow. The Finance Rebel is in the chat. That means that he got everything set up for us because he's in the streets, getting everything set up for us, getting the keys and everything that we need for tomorrow morning. So, Kamar, I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, letting us rock this evening while you go handle all the business. I'm not slandering you. See that? I gave you a positive comment. But Core, man, before we get started, Core, how was your week, bro? Gotta check in with you.
uh, it was up and down. The the up part was I mean, I lived to tell the tale. You know what I mean? Uh, but the down part was like I just hate being like I hate being right. You know what I mean? Like the world was turned and flipped upside down this week. A lot of things was happening in the real world that I had predicted was going to happen, and I don't know, man. Like I don't like being right about that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, man. You gotta.
I got a gift, right? And it's also a curse because I had the gift of understanding, So when somebody says something or does something, it's like I got like I hear what they say, but I'm also looking at what they're doing, so I know what
Mm-hmm.
they mean. And
Mm-hmm.
it's a gift and a curse. So um it just feels weird to be right. And I don't know how I don't know if that sounds weird, but it feels
No,
weird
but also in terms
to
of
be
some of the
right.
things that you predict and the things that you're talking about, you got to understand that, man. It's crazy, man. Because I be seeing you pouring your heart out. I'm like, some of these folks don't even care,
Yeah, man, like
and
being
they be the man. They be on your post like, go ahead, Corey, you telling them right, and they don't care.
yeah, man, like it just is weird. Like being 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 right about crazy shit is not what I'm seeking to do, but it's just I see it moving. You know what I mean? Like I see the wheels turning, and I'm trying to guide my
Hey,
people
listen,
out
man.
on the other side, and it feel crazy for to be ignored. Like we're gonna get crushed if we don't. Like it's a tsunami coming at us.
Listen, man. You know how they tell you when you're on the plane, right? The plane goes down. What you got to do?
You gotta put your mask on first, bro.
Right. So here's the thing. You got to keep pushing. But one thing you got to understand is this isn't anything new, right? Nothing.
Oh no,
You
this
know,
is not. It's
no
nothing.
no idea is original. It's nothing new under the sun. It's
But
never what you
it's
do, but how it's done.
yeah,
Right. So and the reason you're able to predict this is because you understand that history repeats itself. Right. Or
yeah,
what's the word? It doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. However they say it. But the fact of the matter is, when you read and you have an understanding of what has happened, you'll see what's going to happen now. But I also understand that, man, people out here, man, just living life, man. So that's the crazy thing about how everything is set up. Folks is out here living life. They don't even have time to worry about what's happening until it actually smacks them in the face. And then by
yeah.
then, it is what it is, man. But listen, let's get to our folks. We're gonna get into the main topic in a second, but I want to see who's checked in with us. We got Brittany in the building. Brittany, how are you? Ant's in the building. Ant dog, what's good? What's good? Oh, we got Miss Edie. Miss Edie, you gotta get in the village. I sent you a message. You sent me your Bitcoin address and not your Lightning address, so I was not able to take care of you. I sent you a message. I don't know if you saw it or not, but go make sure you check it out. Who else we got in the building? Let's get back to these comments. We have My Life, My Money Media. Hey, good evening, good evening. Appreciate you pulling up. Lou Rama's back in the building. You know, he's always kicking it with us. Salute, salute. Appreciate you. Yes, Saturday fall school. Yup, the first Saturday of the month will be at Faith Chapel Church. You know what I'm saying? This is pray for us, man, because we actually in the field trying to do the work. You know what I mean? Core look like a he's on the dark side right now, about to fight Luke with the hair, the hoodie on, and all that, man. Ant's in the building. Ant, what's good? What's good? What's good? Look. All right, so Kamari's in the city. Got everything done. All right. So Kamari was in the field to pick up the keys, get everything set up. So we ready to go. We ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Lawrence says, "What's up, Lawrence?" Lawrence getting that chicken, man. I be watching Lawrence post, as he shares his journey. Keep pushing through the other side. Going through the shadows won't last forever. Yeah, it's wild, man. Jarrell's in the building. What's up, Jarrell? Appreciate you as always, beloved. Kahan's in the building. What's up, Kahan? How are you? What's up, bro? Don's also here. What's good, Don?
Done.
Vidon. Let's see. We got Jamil in the building. My fellow YouTubian. What's up, Jamil? How are you? Detroit's in the building. This week, a Harvard professor said that for Black people, the benefit of a two-parent household is a myth. See, this is the problem, right? People just be saying anything goofy on the internet, and like no one really checks you. Like, so all right, let's dig. If we dig into the data, right? I understand why he would say something like that, but it all depends upon how you're trying to frame the narrative. If he's saying that a two-parent household won't close the wealth gap, that's one thing. But you can't say there's anything negative about a two-parent household. That's the thing. People be taking stuff too far these days. Um, it's just goofy. But the fact of the matter is, I also realize that in Chas and Corey can weigh on this. You ever seen somebody say something on the internet and then you talk to them and you realize, like, yeah, you don't even believe that, right? You're saying that because you know that it's going to get you clicks and attention. This is not
Yeah.
even what you believe, right? So I keep that in mind as I watch some of this goofiness that happens on the internet, man.
You
You
have to
got
be
one?
mindful of it. Everybody want to get paid from social media. And I'm like, I can't sell out like that. I'll do some kind of, I'll say like entertainment, but I'm not going to say anything I really don't believe in on social media. That's just not
Yeah,
it.
Yeah. True that. So Rich says, what up, Rich? Miss Edie, I actually sent you a screenshot in the village explaining how to get to the lightning address. Let me know if you see the screenshot I sent you. That should break it down for you. Did you tell your guests that I made the red velvet cornbread and it was loved by my people? Yeah, listen. So we gonna get with Miss Edie. We gonna give her an address to have that thing shipped to because we need that in our life. You know what I mean? We definitely need that in our life. But let's talk about this though, right? As I started the show, I talked about the idea of turning active income into passive income. We talked about it a couple of shows ago in reference to Saquon Barkley and the journey that he's on. So, this week I saw a clip of another athlete talking about his journey and what he's doing in his journey, trying to turn the money that he earns into his sport, into long-term wealth for him and his family. I thought it was interesting. It is the chant. So I want to share this video. I want to get you guys feedback in the comment section. And I would love for Chas and Core to weigh in on this. But let me play the video first, so we can get to it. Let me know that y'all can hear it. All right, here we go. Don't I don't have no idea what's going on with YouTube right now.
Yeah, it
YouTube
was
is
just
crazy.
working.
Yeah, you just checked it before we came on. Me and Chas did. So, it went to the full video. That's not what I was trying to do, YouTube. Stop being like that. So this is what happens when you try to do things live, right? That's why I be trying to actually live them. But here's the video here. It should play right here. In the chat, once it starts playing, let me know if you can hear
I'm a
it.
bad businessman. That's what they all used to say, remember? I guess I'm a bad businessman because look at me now.
You got an extensive real estate portfolio. You playing Monopoly too, bro. You got your own street, Terence Bud Crawford. That's in the North Omaha.
North Omaha.
You got a lot of houses on there, bro. You playing Monopoly in real life.
I own 11 houses on that street.
On that street.
11.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Trying to buy them all.
You trying to buy some more?
I'm trying to get them all, man. I'm trying to be the first that came up out the hood to say I own the hood.
You bought it back. Bought your block back.
No, personally own it. How can I call this my neighborhood if I don't own a house?
Yeah.
I was blessed a long time ago to invest my money the right way and, put it in the right, portfolios and, 401k, this is everything, trust funds, all that stuff. I can just say I'm blessed.
Man, you breaking generational curses.
For sure.
It's powerful.
The thing is, and in the words of all the PBC followers and fans, I'm a bad businessman. That's what they all used to say, remember? I should have just took the 70-30. I should have just took what Spence got me. I guess I'm a bad businessman because look at me now.
Yeah, so that's the champ talking about turning the money that he makes into boxing, right? So he makes a lot of money in boxing, millions. And his goal long term is to turn that into real wealth by putting it into the neighborhood that he comes from, amongst other things, right? Yo, Corey, you definitely looking like a Darth Vader right now, bro. And I remember he did an interview on EYL. It was a couple years ago, and he talked about just his real estate portfolio. He owns warehouses, a boxing gym, several single-family homes, a couple apartment complexes. But he is taking the money he makes. He keeps it real low-key, and he makes his bread, and he invests, and, his woman works with him, and they get to it. So what do you guys think about that quick clip from the champ? Like, what can you take from that in your life? We don't box. I don't box. Let me speak for myself. I don't box. But what can you take from that in your life? Chas, let me start with you, though. What do you think, about that specific clip?
I think it was a smart move. Buying back the block is different from everybody where they're from. Me being from Memphis, I don't want to go back, and it's kind of hard for people who make it out to go back and buy up the community and still feel welcome or safe. So for him to be able to go back to his community, buy it up, and still feel safe there, that's a blessing. And the passive income, like you say, that's a big thing. His family will always be taken care of because you're not going to box forever. You're not going to play football forever. What was it? Tyreek Hill that just got injured. He probably won't play anymore. So, you got to think about what's going to happen when you can no longer do the thing that you're doing.
Yeah. That's true. Corey, let me. I don't know what's going to show on the screen as dark as it is over there, but what you got? What you got about that clip, bro?
I think Terence Crawford is he on his LeBron James game. Like I think LeBron was like the architect for them. Like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, let's get this money in a couple different ways, but let's be smart about it. I think his the way he's moving in the real estate game is the same way he moved in the boxing game. It's like the way he came up, the way he did his thing. He's using those same, tactics in his regular business. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Much love and peace to that man. You know what I mean? Like, all right, because it takes discipline and studying and all of that kind of stuff to be a great boxer. So he just transferred that to his business game, and I'm proud of him for doing that, man.
Yo, I'm. It's interesting you say that, right? Because when I think about his journey as a boxer, it wasn't like just like he went through the grind, right? He earned that, built it brick by brick, and he worked his way, and up until this last fight, a lot of people still didn't believe in him, right? So it's interesting to say that because I've seen interviews with him in the finance space throughout the years, and to your point, you just said this, and I'm just repeating what you said, but saying it in a different way. He's not been in a rush. He's bought a couple properties here, a couple properties there. When I watched a couple interviews, he did one. I forgot what platform it is, but I know he did another one on EYL where he talked about even before that interview, he had just closed on something, and he was closing on something after his next fight. This one was after the most recent fight, but even leading up to the fight, you watch him and he's talking about buying things. So he's like, what I want, not a flash in the pan. He's buying it slowly but surely. And I think a lot of times when I talk to people, they're in a rush. And one of the benefits he has is another interview on YouTube where you see him speaking with Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett obviously is also from Omaha and has taken a liking to him, as a fan. So he always picks his brain. He has access to that, being the champ. Whoa, he actually rushed back and got on. Like this is a dedicated brother right here. What's up, Kamari? Oh, now he's trying to jump off. How you gonna pull up and then jump off stage? Anyway, you should have said, yo, I'm only gonna be backstage or something before you. Anyway, and with all that being said, though, Corey, that's a great point. He's doing it brick by brick. And the last thing I want to add to this before you guys weigh in again, and I want to get everybody in the chat to weigh in as well, is the fact that what I take from it to kind of what Chastity was saying is anybody could do this. I don't care if you work at, I was going to say Rite Aid, but they closed. Let's say you work at Walgreens and you get a nice check. You can take a piece of your check and build it slowly but surely. You know what I mean? Like, so I think you can apply this to your own personal life, but I also just think it's a dope story overall. For those in the chat, what do you think about Terence Crawford and the way he's built his boxing career and now seemingly building his business? You know what I mean? Y'all got anything else on Crawford and what that clip or what have you?
I was gonna say it reminds me of Young Dolph. I think they were saying he would buy a property on his kid's birthday or for each one of his kids
Yep.
and stuff like that. Building that portfolio, like you said, not being in a rush. Like you can do one a year. I made a post about people living rent free. They're not realizing they could go get modular homes for free, put it on a piece of land and rehab it, and you're cash flowing after a 6 to 10K rehab, and you're just making money. Or you could be living rent free or mortgage free. So just
Mm-hmm.
kind of thinking outside the box or owning real estate. I think I enjoy seeing more of us wanting to build portfolios that have real estate because that's how our ancestors, that's how our great grandparents, that's what it was. I remember my grandmother saying, like, I own my house. Like she was proud of that. That house is still in our family. So passing that down and seeing more people just not like, oh, I got all the cars that depreciate, getting the land and having the house is becoming more important and more popular.
Yeah, man, you just said a whole lot right there. Dr. Chats be cooking, but how our elders and our ancestors looked at owning things. It's like they took so much pride in it, and a lot of times we take things for granted, and that includes myself. Sometimes you get caught up in the rigmarole of day-to-day life, and everybody always wants to do better, but sometimes you got to take a step back to sit back and say, damn, I did that, right? You know what I mean? Like, you actually own even if it's just your primary. You don't got to have a portfolio of 70,000 properties. If you own one piece of property, and that's the great thing about real estate is it's forced savings, right? I know it's this wave of everybody should rent or you should do. I know it's that wave. I get it. I get the math. I know what it is, but I also know how our ancestors looked at land and the reason that they looked at land like that. Um, and sometimes you got to take a step back and just like, man, I own a property in this country, which is, it's going to have value. It's like parking money. I see so many people like when I put properties on the market, a lot of the calls I get now are people in different countries, and they don't even want to come over here, right? They want to buy condos and buildings and land and just buy it and just never come see it. They just want to park it there because it's better than leaving it in the bank wherever they're from. So, I think that's super dope that he's doing that, right? He's being strategic about it and he's building it. Like Corey said, it kind of mirrors what he's done in his boxing career. I think it's a little different than LeBron just from the standpoint like he's mad. He's super low key. He's super low key.
But LeBron was kind of low key when he first started too, because he helped build up the people around him brick by brick, and then they helped him build billionaire wealth. Like LeBron, when he first came out, he wasn't flashy. I mean,
but I guess what I mean by that is right. So the flashy is not the word I'm looking for, but the word we're looking for is like LeBron has a personality. I'm not trying to say Bud don't, but Bud really be like out the way. Like you don't see Bud on the 1,000 commercials. You ain't gonna see Bud doing nothing. Bud gonna show up, beat up somebody, get his bread, go buy some more buildings, pop back up, beat somebody up, go buy some more buildings. Like
yeah.
But Bud on some like super old head, low key type stuff, right? He was raised by some OGs or something. Like LeBron is probably the most, if not got to be at least top 5 most famous people in the world. Even if he wanted to be low key, he couldn't.
Yeah, that's a major difference.
Dog, LeBron go to a store, it's like world news. LeBron was in such and such. It's like, damn, dog, he can't do nothing. I don't even know if I want that kind of level of fame. I don't even want to live like that. Like, let's get these comments though. We got Jamil says Anton Daniels all day trying to get the Officer Tatum, ABL, and Hodgkins quicks and views. Listen, man, people do what they do. They got, as long as he's comfortable with it, it is what it is, man. But just understanding that a lot of people say whatever it is for clicks and views. And I think the craziest part about that wave, what I'm seeing people do now is admitting to it. I've seen couple cats on YouTube like, I'm getting paid to say this, right? I'm like, damn, you just gonna be right in my face about it. I can't even be mad at you. You being honest. You telling me that you're a liar and a troll. What's up, Nicole? Miss Edie says, I hear it. All right, cool. I'm in the chat for Black Wealth Rebels. If you go into the general chat, Miss Edie, where you sent me a message and you said, here's my Bitcoin address, I actually replied in line to you. And I got a whole screenshot showing you how to get to the Lightning address. I replied directly to the message that you sent in the general chat. What's up, Cookie? So Miss Edie also says, all right, it's buffering because I think Kamari's finally trying to come on.
What up?
What up, Kamari?
Hey.
How y'all doing?
Hola.
Good.
¿Cómo está?
Bonjour, je m'appelle Jacques, et toi?
Muy bien. Now you done switch languages. You done went
Because I
from
can do
Spanish
that.
to French.
Because I can do. I go Spanish, French. You want to speak patois? What you want to speak?
You went multilingual. Okay.
Come on, man. You want to speak Ebonics? Anyway, Miss Edie says,
some Geechee and some Swahili. I'm cool.
embarrassing to say this, my hood and not owning anything. Powerful. Yeah, man. What's the old Jay-Z line? Don't go die over a neighborhood where your mama written. Jay-Z filed for that though. Kev, what's up, Kev? Something weird about being a brother from Nebraska. I think about Belly every time someone says that. Hey, listen, man. The conversation we had the other day is not just across the world; it's all across the nation too, man. We are literally everywhere.
Everywhere.
Amari, I don't know if you heard. I don't think he was on when I was telling the story about how I got caught in the TikTok rabbit hole of black people.
403 or 304?
No, that's where you be at. I don't be on those TikToks. That's the TikToks you hang around.
Lies.
No, but I ended up going down a rabbit hole of TikTok where it's black people who are from Ireland and like listening
My
to like,
wife was just telling me that they're recruiting black people to Ireland and Scotland.
but there's a bunch of black folks in Ireland, and when you hear them talk and you see their visual, they're like darker than me. They're like,
Yeah,
like
I've seen some of them.
hilarious, like
Yeah.
not even intentionally hilarious. It's like, yo, like we in Ireland. Point being, we're everywhere, including Nebraska. We everywhere, minus probably South Dakota, but you know. Anyway,
We there too. We
Yeah.
there too.
I ain't never met no. I've met black folks from Oklahoma. I've met black folks from obviously Mississippi, but I met black folks from like pretty much all of the states. But I don't think I've ever met a black person from any of the Dakotas, and I think that might be it. You know a black person from Dakota?
Well, I had clients in South Dakota before, but there's black people everywhere.
You got clients in South Dakota.
I don't have.
This boy getting money. You hear that, Core?
Nah, man. No, I just help my people everywhere they are. That's
All
all.
right. So Jarrell says Crawford is that guy. He believed in himself, even with the naysayers saying otherwise. Also, this is great that he invested back into himself and where he's from. Slow and steady wins the race. That last part is everything, man. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. I was just I shared with Kamari the other day. I know he probably didn't listen to it yet, but there's a great Business Movers episode about Conrad Hilton. Well, not episode, series.
Oh, I'm on it. I done got the Wondery app and everything.
Okay. You got the Wondery Plus?
I guess that's what it is.
All right,
Wondery.
welcome, man. I'm a Wondery Plus subscriber too. But anywho, in listening to his story, right? So when we come along, Hilton is Hilton, right? You know what I'm saying? Yo, for those in the chat though, what's y'all favorite hotel chain? Put it in the chat. I want to see how many people are Hilton, how many people Marriott, or some of y'all bougie got something else. But we know Hilton as this big brand, but they go over his story from the beginning, and his story is absolutely insane. But one of the things that was interesting is when he was 44 years old, he was in bankruptcy and broke, but he kept fighting, and now that's like his brand is literally a household name. But I meet so many people who are like 30 years. I met someone the other day, bro, 29 years old, and they feeling like they're so far behind, it's over. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? But that idea of slow and steady winning a race and then being in it for the long haul, a lot of people, man, like this mentality that we have, we got to do something about that. Like, how can you be 29 and feel like, I missed my shot, it's over? Your life ain't even start yet.
It's all about perspective. It's all about perspective.
In my opinion, at least. But yeah, great comment, Jarrell. Slow and steady does win a race. Oh man, Ray Gun's in it. Appreciate the super chat, bro. Appreciate that super chat. Salute to Ray Gun. And he says,
Thank you.
smart brother, salute to him. Absolutely. So Kev says, after watching that, man, the parking lot attendant built wealth, nothing surprises me. Shout out to my OG, Mr. Earl, man. That's my OG. I'm a student of Mr. Earl. No one wants to be the next Vin Baker. So I get that Vin Baker got messed up with a lot of the went broke. And I think he lost some money in real estate as well. But the thing about a lot of these athletes now is they have a different understanding. I think they're standing on the shoulders of all those that did go broke. Sad to say that folks had to go broke. Who was it that owned all those properties in Chicago that was a ball player and then his friends was robbing him?
Antoine Walker.
That's it, Antoine Walker. That's it. He was trying to do the right thing, but he wasn't hiring professionals. He was hiring his homies, and it was leaving the joints abandoned, run down. Yeah. Oh, Kamari got something to say about hiring your homies. I want to hear it, bro.
I was. You know what?
You said something without saying something, so just finish it.
No, I want to show you. I think you will all appreciate it. Give me a minute though, so keep going.
Okay. All right, I'll keep going while you like pull up, pause, whatever you're trying to.
Yeah.
All right. So what's Nicole say here? My son and I are looking to buy 22 acres to build our family compound. Those are the kind of conversations I want to be a part of.
Yeah.
First of all, 22 acres is a whole lot of damn land. Nicole, what area are you looking in? Like, what's your goal or objective, or do you even care? Like, do you have a specific goal to buy 22 acres? It's funny.
She going down south somewhere, I bet.
Gotta be down south. Look, being from the city is funny when you hear people talk like that because we measure everything in square foot. Because we live in a dense area, and you talk to folks down south, they go like 5 acres, 2 acres.
Yeah.
And I'm looking like, holy
For
shit.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? I want quarter more this crib. He's like, I got a quarter acre. I was like, a quarter acre, man. I'm from the city, dog. Like, speak to me in square foot. But for those looking to do the math, as talked about on the Philly Row Home Report, 1 acre equals 43,560 square feet. So
Jeez.
the average row home in Philadelphia is a little above 1,100 square feet. So 1 acre is 43,560 square feet. So y'all do the math there.
All right, so Jim, let me pull this up real quick.
Pause.
Is to make sure that we instill that in our networks. There should not be any conversations regarding Nana's house, estate sales, divorces, or land or other community conversations that don't go through us. With our relationships and the fact that Native Philadelphians, networks, organizations, resources, business owners, faith leaders, attorneys, everybody in here, we can make sure that our dollar spends 6 times before it leaves our community. That's right. That's right. That is how we build generational wealth. That is how you create spaces to share, deliberately transfer, and appropriately make sure your paperwork is put together with professionals, not gurus.
Amen. Amen.
Everybody has credentials. They have made sure that they have paid attention and homage to their craft in years. So it's not a practice on your family.
So, I mean, all y'all know who's watching. That's our sister Tracy. Tracy passed not too long ago. It's hard on us. It's been hard on Jim. It's been hard on Corey. Been hard on me.
I'm not even gonna pause you there, bro.
But thank you. But I think it's been harder on Jim the most because he's known her the longest, and worked with her the most. And all this stuff has been coming up because I've got all this footage, and then her obituary I found in my car the other day, and like she just been speaking to me just like out the blue, and then this came up, and I was like, yo. And so that was me, Jim, and Corey were all there. That was a launch party for a new brokerage firm Tracy was launching. Well, I should say Tracy and Jim because they both were a part of that brand. But when she said get professionals, and you just said it, I just worked on that today. I was working on it today. I almost done editing, and I'm going to put it out, but I'm just like, damn, Tracy, you talking to me all over the place, baby.
Yo, man, just send me the collab, man. It's funny. I was thinking about Tracy this past week. Like, it's definitely, I think about Tracy every day. But this past week when I was getting the board games ready and I was sharing those videos of the various board games for the camp, I made me realize, I was like, I don't have a regular Monopoly, right? And I was like, I do have Monopoly, right? But I have a Monopoly that Tracy gifted me. That's like a custom Monopoly. It's a wood. And it's beautiful.
Yeah, you can't break that thing out.
I can't bring that out. And she
Yeah,
actually has. Listen, because me and Tracy talk real estate all the time. She actually bought me a Monopoly board. One of the last things she did, she bought me a Monopoly board as a gift. This rainy day gift.
Birthday or was it Christmas?
Tracy loved gifts. She just did. That's what she did.
Okay, but she loved Christmas too. That's why I was asking.
Oh yeah, that was the thing. But peep this though. It actually, she got my name on the joint, so it's in wood. But the opening, it says like to my brother Jimmy, whatever. I saw that dog and I just broke down like, oh.
All right, so yo,
that's not coming. It's not coming out the house though. It is.
It don't gotta come out the house. But can we, you, Corey, and Courtney, play a game of Monopoly in tribute to Tracy?
Absolutely.
We gotta do that.
Absolutely.
We'll get some food. We'll get some food. Well, yeah, we got to do that, man. Sorry, y'all. It's not a part of the regular show, but I found that clip, and it was just like everything. Like she had so much grace, man, and everything she was talking, she talked in love, she had beef with some people, but it's rare that you would ever know.
Yeah.
Just because she carried it so thorough in the way you're supposed to carry it. I wish I could do it. I wish I had that much grace. I don't.
I wish you could do it too, bro. Because if Kamari don't like somebody, it's like he can't even hide it.
I don't. I'm sorry, but and that's a gift and a curse. I will admit to that, right? But I feel the way Tracy did it is the way it's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we all we got. I mean, I understand that intellectually, emotionally, not a lot of times I can, but we all we got. So nobody wins with a family feud. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
Man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Listen, man. Thank you for sharing that, man. And just make sure you send me the collab or send me the video because I think I got that. I think I had that. I was definitely in the building. We all was in the building.
Yeah, you do, but
Yeah.
I did some edits on it, so.
Yeah, I've been definitely every day. Not a day goes by, bro. Not a day goes by. New Raw, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you for the super sticker. That's definitely appreciated. And you're always appreciated because you pull up every week, so we want to make sure we show you love. Thank you, beloved. That's definitely appreciated, man. Let's get to some more of these comments. Kamar, you didn't give your thoughts on that. Did you watch that full Bud Crawford video? What did you think about that?
Oh, I loved it. So I'm a big Bud fan, right? So what y'all don't know about me, I don't really follow sports that much anymore. I used to follow sports heavy when I was a teenager. The last sport I followed heavy was boxing. I love boxing. I hate it now because I feel there's too much politics going on. Too much shenanigans. But I think Bud Crawford might be one of the greatest things to come to boxing in the last 50 years. So I like what he's doing. I like what he's doing. And I like the principles he stands on.
Yo, the thing about Bud is so talented, but Bud also made me realize that he won that fight, and it's crazy because he's still not like a superstar, even winning that fight, right?
Right.
And it made me realize.
And I didn't even watch it. I only saw clips, but hands down.
And it makes me realize that Floyd like understood that, and Floyd was like, "Look, I'm going to take the WWE approach. I'm just going to be a heel. I'm just going to talk crazy because that's what's going to make me a superstar, and I'm going to make more money than any athlete ever." And it's almost like in boxing, you damn near got to do that.
And he also played the racial angle too. There's a lot of racial things in boxing.
That's part of boxing. It's like part of boxing. Anyway.
Yeah, but you don't get that meaning you don't get to Mayweather's level if you just fight only black boxers. You gotta have the racial component to go to the next level, in my opinion.
I think honestly, this might turn to a whole different show. I think that goes across sports. I think when sports, even leagues, right? If you study the history of the NBA, they really didn't get to their revenue. It wasn't Jordan. It was when Magic and Bird came, and they can do that juxtaposition, and they literally saved the league. Look at the renaissance the WNBA is going through. What do you think is part of that?
Recent old girl.
So to me, this goes across.
No, that's a part of American sports. I will give you that.
Because think about it, at its core, people like to root for their own. I mean, I get it. I totally get it. And when you see, like Alvarez fight, his folks are behind him. He's like a superstar. They love him. Like, I get it. So I get it. Anyway, Nicole says, I think it's great because a lot of real estate is owned by people that do not live in the States. They are just collecting the rent money. This is absolutely true. Absolutely true. Because they understand the value of property here because of the laws that protect property rights. Listen, one thing that people never want to talk about when it comes to real estate is when you want to get to the real core of what helps to get value is our laws and how we are willing to, at sometimes, and I'm not saying me, I'm saying this country will put property rights before human rights.
Correct.
Right? So if you want to have a deep conversation about real estate, this country tends to put property rights before human rights. And that actually adds to the value. I know it sounds like real nefarious, but it is what it is.
I mean, what are the police in charge to do? Protect property, not people.
Yeah. I mean, KRS-One told me that. All right, so Jamil says, while on vacation, I got cool with a Muslim CEO. What kind of vacation was you on for the first part? Because when people tell me I got cool with a CEO on vacation, okay, I'm sorry.
Dubai.
I'm just telling you, when people tell me they was on vacation, got cool with the CEO. That means something different where I come from. What you?
Oh,
Hey, Core,
I know what it means.
Core, what that mean when we come from, Core? Anyway,
Nothing good.
all right. So he was in his early 40s and had caught one crib every 2 years since his mid 20s, and ramped it up to about 1 to 3 doors a year. Since he had hit 38.
That's dope.
Possible, bro. That's possible, bro. That is absolutely possible. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get Kamari in the real estate space. I'm talk him into becoming a big time investor. I mean, he
What
already
you
got.
mean? Listen, my name is Mr. 40, man. Mr. 50, Mr. 50 doors. That's how you refer to me going forward.
All right, I got a question for everybody in the chat. Like, should I ask it here or should I save it for a different show, Kamari?
Do whatever, man.
The question I ask you, and I want Chaz to answer this first. But
Oh, I know what you want to ask. Go ahead. Yeah, do that.
I'm gonna finish these comments and I'm gonna get to the question, but then we can get out of here. But I want to get to these comments first. But Chaz, hold on a second, because I got a question I want to hear you answer. Because I asked this to Kamari the other day. I want to get your opinion. But real quick, Jamil says at that point he was only there for the benefits and the spread. Yeah, listen, man, I know a lot of people that are work optional, but they still go to work. So that is what it is. I wonder if he has conversations with Mayweather. I think they are cool. I mean, I've seen them in the same space. They never really like slander each other. So, Ain't Malcolm X from Omaha?
Yes, he was.
Detroit Red is from Omaha. Malcolm X from Harlem. All right, hold up, real quick. No one wants to be the next Antoine Walker or Robert Tractor Trailer. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, Tractor Trailer. There's an Air Force base. All right, so there's an Air Force base in South Dakota. So maybe
Say the name of the city, Jim.
I'm not gonna say that.
Manoy.
I wasn't trying to,
So it's funny. My client was from Manoy, and he was in the Air Force Base.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
The police pulled Bud over after his victory parade B-Day celebration with the tools pulled out. So I don't know if staying in Omaha is the move. I saw that video. It was kind of wild.
It was wild. It was very wild.
It's like, if you're from Omaha, you know who that is. And by the way, Nicole said she messes with the Hilton. I'm personally a Marriott guy, but I don't stay in the actual Marriott. But I the Marriott brands, no, let me stop. All right, I'm a Marriott guy because I got a bunch of points in the Marriott joint, so that's what I am. Budget suites. Ain't nobody got time for Hiltons and stuff. Kev, only thing going on in budget suites is $40 dates and somebody moving work. So I don't know which one you operating in, but either way, be safe out there, bro. Marriott's and Comfort Inns for Jarrell. So Rich is being honest. How many? All right, so Chaz, Core, Kamari, any of y'all thought that you had missed your chance by the time you were 28, or did you still what was your outlook at that age? Because Rich is being honest. He said that he ain't gonna lie. He thought at 28, damn, it's over.
No, because I didn't finish. Yeah, I didn't finish college, so I was like 30. So I did everything late in life.
You ain't do everything. You ain't do everything late in life.
Except for have children.
You ain't do everything.
Not everything. Not everything.
You got a son that's like 5 years younger than you. You ain't do everything late in life, bro.
Kamari was twerking toward the draws when he was 6 months old. But anyway,
I didn't come here for this abuse show.
It's love, bro. It's all love. It's all love.
Anyway,
Core, but what's your point? How'd you feel at 28? What was your outlook? What was your outlook?
I'm gonna say it like this: at 20, I'm not gonna lie. At 28, I thought I was just beginning life because I never thought I was gonna make it to 20. I never thought I was gonna make it to 21. So 28 was a blessing. Like, oh man, I got here. So yeah, like I never thought I was gonna make it to 20. I thought somebody was gonna clap me off earth. So getting to 28 was I felt like a brave heart. Like I felt like I lived through 6 lifetimes by the time I was 28. And I at 28, I still hadn't had kids yet. I got a whole basketball team now, but I ain't have no kids at 28.
So Dr. Chaz, what were your feelings at 28?
I still felt young. I only compare myself to myself. So me at 19, what I could have known and what I could do. So it doesn't really intimidate me or make me feel like I'm not meeting the standard. And I think it's about how you raise. If you're set to a standard and you're not meeting what other people are doing and comparing yourself to that, you might feel left behind. But my family never compared me to other people. So it was just a standard I set for myself. So if I didn't meet a goal that I wanted, I would feel behind. But as long as I'm on par for whatever my calendar looks like, I'm fine with it.
Let me ask you a question. Were you always that way, or because I listen, I'm that way now, but if I'm being honest, I wasn't always that way. I didn't get that at that age. I get it now, but I didn't get it then. Have you always been that way?
Yeah. And it comes from like stemming from being the only child and being raised by young
Ah,
parents.
okay, okay.
Me and my siblings are 10 years apart, so my parents, to me and my parents were raised together by my grandparents. So if I
Gotcha.
really wanted something, I would go to my grandparents and say, hey, like I asked to go to Costa Rica. This was when the white chick was missing in Aruba or something. They was like, heck no, you're not going to Costa Rica for no 2 week trip. You're not coming back. And I was like, I had to really go and like, look, the school gonna pay for it. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna get good credits. Let me go. They're gonna pay for it. I just need money for like the flight or whatever. So I skipped over my parents and asked my grandparents so that I could go. So being raised by young and old parents kind of helped me see the view of what I needed to do for the future and what do I enjoy now.
Yeah, you know what? Great point. And I want to shout out all the great grand, like all the grandparents out there because it's funny. You meet people and people tell you about their story, and most of the people I know that are doing well, that are successful, that are like well adjusted to life and not necessarily insane, always have a story about how their grandparents were there for them, right?
Facts.
So that's interesting. Like, so shout out to all the grandparents out there, man.
And I'm a grandparent at 40.
Welcome
Hey,
to the club. Welcome to the club.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I got a a random thought. I know Jamil will find this one funny, right? So at 28, I was doing okay, right? I already had a couple cribs. You know, I was doing pretty well. But I always felt like, man, I should be doing more. And it wasn't until in my probably my mid 30s when I realized like who am I racing against? I was always trying to compete with someone that had more than me. But I also wasn't one of those people that I meet people that are doing okay and they like hanging around people that have less than them because it makes them feel better about themselves. I,
Wow.
that's a real thing. I was
No,
always someone who wanted to be around people that have more than me to motivate me, right? And when I think about this, here's my unpopular opinion, Kamari. I think back in the day, they're actually um, MLMs were a net positive.
we can say that for another show. We can say that for another show.
But let me tell you why, right?
No, I already know why, right? You get with a group of people that are trying to do something positive, right?
Yes.
No matter what the base of it is and all that, you're reading books, you're talking positive talk, you're changing your environment. I get it.
I think MLMs literally gave me a leg up on people. Although, like everybody else, I never got rich in the MLM. I even made it to the top like level on certain joints. I never got rich in the MLMs. But what MLMs did do is it exposed me to all kinds of business books and the mentality that I carried with me when I realized like this is all trash and I'm never doing MLM again. So y'all can get out my inbox. People still be trying to recruit me. But I'm never doing one again. But what I will say is I did get exposed to a lot of business books, a lot of ideas and concepts. Why you should master accounting, like all those kind of things came from. Anyway, that's the whole of the show. Like you said, Kamari, our MLM's a net positive.
Our MLM's a scam. That's the
Okay.
show title.
Yeah. I see SEO Kamari working right now. I got you. Embassy has the best custom made to order omelets. Marriott has the best service. Okay, so Jamil was spending time in hotels on the road. I see that.
Jimmy,
Um,
I also think it's if you're competitive. Some people who are natural born
mm,
competitors and like to win, like to do more and see them being in a higher spot. So I never was like a basketball type competitor
mhm.
athlete, but in academia and in band, that was something I was competitive in. So it kind of like the competitive nature is what brings people to be like, oh, I should be better. Oh, this person has 5 or this person has whatever. And we start comparison and not as what they have is greater than mine, but I'm in competition. Let me get more.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true too. But they say comparison is a thief of joy, and sometimes it's like really just running your own race. What you said about like I'm in competition with my old self, I think that was powerful, and I think that if more of us felt that way, we'd be better off. Kev said
But
common ability.
I think to Doc's point though, right? If you look at some of the greatest environments, we talked about the Bulls earlier, right?
Mm-hmm,
They were all in competition with each other.
mm-hmm.
And with the Bulls, it might have not been the most healthiest, but there was some kind of competition there to push them all forward.
Mhm.
So, competition can be a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, competition is none. I revolve around. Sorry. Anyway, Kev says that
Right.
Common is low key building a quiet empire. I was thinking about Common earlier, Pauls, because
Empire with who? Never
because
mind.
the anniversary of the Million Man March is coming up, and every time I think about that, I think of Common because when I was at the Million Man March, I was standing next to him the whole time, and at the time, a lot of folks didn't even know who he was. This is back when Common used to wear a kufi, by the way. But
Can I tell you I got left at the Million Man March?
You got what?
I got left.
Damn.
I did it intentionally, though. The bus from Philly wanted to leave before the minister finished. I'm like, I didn't come way down here not to see the minister talk. Sorry. I'll take the train back. I took the train back, paid for it.
Yeah, that was a interesting time. That was like 95, right? So it was right before I went to school. But anyway, Rory Mari, I see you out there getting to it. Those bathrooms coming together. Yo, did y'all see the towel? Jarrell, tell me you saw the towel.
It's the towel, baby.
Listen, I told you Rory Mari getting money, man. That towel got to be like some Peruvian special towel imported from somewhere.
Listen, man, like I said, call me Mr. 50 Doors. Liz is in it. Liz is in the joint. She's gonna help me get it all together. So yeah, that's my new goal, 50 Doors. I know you got a question to ask them.
The towel.
I got my toilets are in now, my tubs in now. Yeah, we almost there. Almost there.
Whoa. I have a half acre in Vegas. Kev, let me hold a couple of islands, bro. A half acre in Vegas. Vegas is killing it right now. Vegas, man. Y'all doing y'all thing over there. All right, so Nicole says Georgia. She wants to her big piece of land, 22 acres in Georgia. Whoa, what's going on? 22 acres in Georgia. My son will have his home in the front. My husband and I will have a home in the back. We found land with a pond on it. Of course, we will have our honeybees, chickens, and goats. We will grow our own food. My goal is to help my family have land, and we can provide our own food.
That's dope.
Super dope. A family compound. Super dope.
Honestly, that should be the goal for like I got a homeboy who got 50 acres outside of DC. And that's what they're all about.
Sheesh.
Yep, right outside of DC.
All right, I gotta get online. I don't go to the internet. I gotta find me some acres. Just so I can say I got 50 acres, man. Y'all drawing. Anyway, a lot of 6S I know down here grab a few acres and throw up double wides and prefabs for them. The adult children and Meemaw and people. And it ain't like they working with super bread. What did they go for down there, Jamil, if you don't mind me asking? I always bring up Mitchell Lane, but my pops put me on games since I was 8 years old. Buy real estate they don't make anymore. Hey man, Mark Twain said that. He gave you Mark Twain used to drop bars too. R.I.P. Big Mitchell. Rest in peace. Mitchell Lane, the OG. Long live Tracy. Absolutely. Long live Tracy.
Yeah.
Kamari has never been able to hide it if he doesn't like anyone, right? Even if he tries to hide it, he has
That's not true.
His face is in a way.
I'm cordial to everybody. I just tell the truth, man. Or the truth how I see
it. Straight hustler, no formal education. That Joker paid attention to. Hey, listen, man. If you ain't going to listen, there's one thing you gotta pay is attention. Pacquiao versus Mayweather was the last great fight in the beginning to mediocrity at the same time.
See, I think that was the beginning of mediocrity. Like you,
I didn't know that fight was great because I thought they fought it so like they waited so long to fight that I don't know if the fight was great, but work optional gang. I hear you, Don. Don is work optional now. Like Don got that chicken. What's up, Southern? How are you?
Did you see my post, Jimmy, where I said the difference between being unemployable and unemployed? Because a lot of people think entrepreneurs are just unemployable, but that means they have no skills. And I'm like, no, entrepreneurs are unemployed because they don't want to go work for other people. They miss that part of it. And I hate to see entrepreneurs that are doing well and they say, I'm unemployable. I'm like, you, by definition, that's not you. You're just unemployed, but we have such a stigma against being unemployed. It's like, oh, you unemployed, you broke or something. Like, know the definition of the term.
But the mindset of being unemployable, like I'm kind of unemployable, right? And it's not about skills. It's really about a mindset. It's really about being able to go somewhere. For example, I'll share this story. I was doing a contract with Ernst & Young, big 6 accounting firm. The whole time I'm there, I'm making probably some of the best money I've ever made in my life. I'm worrying about my clients and my people and my business. I could give a damn about what their hourly rate was. So it's hard. It's hard. It can be really hard at times.
That's what she said. But yo, I think also part of it. But I think, and that's the thing about it. This was an interesting conversation because online everyone talks about like I'm on, like to Dr. Chaz, if I'm unemployable, I'm this, that, and the third. And most of the, all right, let's be honest. Most of the entrepreneurs I know, they ain't making more than some of the people I know that got jobs.
Right.
Maybe,
It's not about that. And listen,
but let me finish what I was saying. But what I was
if I
saying
had
is,
Jimmy's job, I would leave my job, my business in a heartbeat.
listen, I structured my life in a way that makes my life beautiful. But what I will say is this: the point I was trying to make, Kamari, is like a lot of them that I talk to, they just can't. Even though they're not, like, every entrepreneur is not making 6-7 figures, right? They're not. But I know some entrepreneurs that probably only make like 50K, 45K, but they'd rather make 45, 50K working for themselves. They just can't do the other thing.
Correct.
But I also know some employees, man. I met a sister a couple of weeks ago who's an attorney who got some huge clients. She works for the firm. She's making millions as an employee, making millions.
Yep. Yep.
So, you know.
I mean, if you're talking about just straight money, getting to it, I would do the employee route first, build up your stack, build up your revenues, and then become an entrepreneur.
Crazy
But
part is, man,
I agree with that.
that's not sexy.
the cheat code used to be get you one of them great federal jobs and then hustle on the side, but that's kind of been ruined this past week, hasn't it?
Yeah,
For sure.
Listen.
That good government job. Don't leave
Man,
your
listen.
good government job.
I know a lot of folks that hit millionaire status by getting the Fed job in the DMV and buying a couple properties and do a little side business, and a lot of them got to it. But yeah, Nicole says all my points are with the Hilton brand. Okay, that's why. So I guess it really boils down to who you got the points. A lot of us thought that 21 wasn't coming. Yeah, man. It's
but
wild to
you know
think
what? That 21 thing is real. I think we were all programmed that way too, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did that intentionally, almost like cracking the hood.
Okay. So it's funny. It's wild to think that in some areas of the community, 40 is Unc or OG status.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why I was talking about the Hilton story. Like, my man was flat broke at 44 trying to figure it out. And then by the time he figured it out, it just went like a hockey stick. It was exponentially. So, first of all, you got to stop for a second. Madam Vice President is in the building. Congratulations. I know you did, but I want to salute her the appropriate way. That's Madam Vice President Liz. Liz is elected to Vice President of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Hold on.
Congratulations.
I didn't know
and
that.
For those who don't know, that is an organization in the real estate space dedicated to Black realtors and brokers. So if you do the history, NAREB has an amazing history. At a time where we weren't able to join the traditional association to be realtors or, the thing, we created our own. And that organization still exists, which is NAREB, the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. So instead of being called a realtor, you were called a realtist. And that was something that was for us and by us. And that organization still exists to this day. In their history, they were on the front lines of pretty much every struggle, like specifically around the property. So, but their current Vice President is in the building with us. What's up, Liz? That's my sister as well, man. I definitely appreciate Liz.
Absolutely.
Corey, Jimmy, I got a question. Do you think you could have a compound, you and Kamari, a compound with your family? Like, I like my family, but I don't like people like that. So I couldn't do it.
So it's funny, right? One of my dreams is I want to build a neighborhood for me and my homies and some of my family. So yes, I could do that. That's part of the reason why I'm not shifting, but I'm going to embrace real estate. Is for the legacy part too, with family. So I could do it. I absolutely could do it. And I do believe more of us need to do that because there's strength in numbers. Because these folks is wilding.
So that's a great question, Dr. Chaz. And I would say some folks yes, some folks no. But I also have this thing that I've been talking about lately, that when I say family, I don't always mean relatives, right? So to Kamari's point, and shout out to my brother Byron Woodson, who's a genius, by the way, true genius. He wrote a book called Weaving Networks. It's a personal friend of mine, but he is literally a true genius. But he's talked about this for 25, 30 years, about the idea of, he thought that a lot of the ills that we face will be fixed if we just all moved together with like-minded folks. And he actually tried to implement it, but the problem he was having is he was trying to get everybody to come where he was. Pause. But no, but I think I could, just not everybody. Just not everybody. You know, everybody can't come, as they say. Pause that too. But
Listen, man, all the animals can go on Noah's Ark, so it can never be always everybody. It's got to be
that's got to
situational.
be one of the most fugazi stories that come out of their book. But I digress. Like a lot of stories I can't jive with, and that's one of them. You know,
Why? Because you don't think you could tame a lion and lager to walk together?
it's just it's so many faults with that. But I don't want to get slandered by our good Christian folks. I'm just gonna say y'all need more. No one need more people, man. So Jarrell says at 28 I was a late bloomer, so I was trying to get big on the MMA platform. I saw Jarrell used to fight MMA. Do you still like as they say roll? That's what we say in the culture, Kamari.
Oh, you're in the culture?
I used to be not an MMA fighter. I used to cover MMA. I
Oh,
got a Forrest Gumpy in life, bro.
okay.
My grandpa.
But you didn't get the cauliflower ear.
No, because I
Okay.
didn't roll.
So you
I didn't roll.
wasn't really in the culture.
Not like that. Not like that. Not like that. My grandpa is the blueprint. Retired, house paid off, and the pension coming in, and money in the bank. Hey, listen,
There you go.
that's the blueprint right there. That's called living life.
Yeah.
That's called living life. That's like the old head dream. My mama was a grandparent at 38. Full disclosure, she had me at 13 though.
Mm.
Listen, you are your own competition. These are super facts. These are super facts. 28, I had that big bird dog, MLM, ADT, door knocking, DVD, and sock selling hustle mentality. But here's the other part. But zero financial discipline. I was seeking mentors, but didn't know how to be a good student. Ooh, that's something we don't talk about a lot. Everybody talks about getting a mentor, but what does it mean to be a good student? See, look, I might be onto something about an MLM. See, it's an unpopular opinion, but I might be onto something. I sold for MLM, but it taught me how to sell and the importance of networking. See, absolutely. There's some positives. A lot of dreams were sold, but there's still some net. That's why I said net positive.
Listen, man, I used to sell books door to door for MLM. So yeah, I see there's positives there.
Okay.
But I do think the negatives outweigh the positives.
Okay, so that's the debate right there. I even think like the discipline to make it to the weekly meeting, that was something there too. Like,
yep.
I think about the idea like I didn't miss meetings when I actually was involved in something. I was involved in something. So y'all can do a show and expound on Warren Buffett marketing because I didn't know he was actually a rich piece of dookie. So I'm glad you saw that. So for those who don't know what Jarrell's talking about, in the village, right? That's why you got to get in the village. I shared a story. It was a YouTube video breaking down Warren Buffett's marketing, right? Everyone believes this whole image of like it's like the smart wise old grandpa who harms no one. But when you actually pull back the layers and read the actual stories and see some of the moves, it tells a little bit of a different story and how a lot of his image is crafted. It's not a bad thing because I mean it depends on how you look at it, but he's taking time and invested in crafting the image of the old grandpa. That Kumar, you realize that out of all the billionaires out there, right? He's the only billionaire in the world on record that has a positive approval rating.
Yeah, I knew that for the most part. A lot of billionaires don't have it. They don't really have a real profile.
That's why I said those that are out there.
Yeah.
But he has a positive approval rating. Like,
yep, and that's intentional.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's to Jarrell's point. So for those in the village, go into the general chat, scroll back up. You'll see the video that Jarrell's talking about. So Thunder says, when you're at a hotel, bring an electric skillet and rice cooker and make some gumbo. Save some money. I heard that. Competition is fine. Comparison is the problem. Question is, can you compete without comparison? Ooh.
That's tough.
Ooh.
Very tough.
Very tough. So Ant says, I just turned 35 in September. Feeling like I'm behind is my biggest driver that keeps me up at night building this AI software. Listen, man, if that motivates you, cool. But understand that you're just starting, bro. You're just starting. And one of the things also that I realized as I got older, listen, life is about learning, is that every step, including the MLMs, the failures in different businesses, all that stuff, it prepares you for what it is you're doing, right? One of the first jobs I ever had, I worked at an AMC movie theater, I think when I first got my working papers. And it didn't really occur to me that some of the lessons that I learned now actually helped me at my big age. So everything you do leads you to where you are. I bring it up, Ant, because you're working on the software at 35 thinking you're behind, but I'm pretty sure everything that you've experienced from the time you were here till you're 35 has led you to where it's going to help you create that software and do a lot of great things as that software comes up. So any way we can support you, and please let us know because we want to support you in, building that software. So Jamil says, PPL, Malalushi expand my mindset, fuel my desire for more in the mid four-figure checks on the residual side, kept that fire going for autonomy in my 30s. I'll say that. But I'll say you can't compete without comparison if your self-esteem is low. So self-esteem, 94. Yeah, he says 94. Jamil says, coincidentally, today is the 30th anniversary of the OJ verdict and the same day of the Sean Combs verdict. True. Yeah, bravo on the land. Boxing hasn't been the same since the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about that? Kamari is an old man. He hates everyone. He's a Scorpio. He don't trust you. Get off my lawn, Mar.
She's not lying.
You go. So what's y'all thoughts on family not seeing the family compound vision? Boosie built that whole situation. His face was sad when he told Vlad none of his children wanted to move in. Yeah, I saw that. That's the part. I guess you probably should have those conversations before you start to invest all that kind of capital.
For sure.
Yo, Ann says he's getting to that point now. He's only 9 months in his position. I felt bad for Brody. He's talking about renting them out now. That is crazy. Did you see that video, Kamari?
What video?
It's a video of Boosie. It's on Vlad's channel. Where
No, I didn't see that.
he's walking through this compound. He spent all his money on this beautiful compound, beautiful property, got buildings and everything for his family. And his family was like, we don't want to live there.
Yeah. But can we not use Boosie as the model? Like, I love Boosie. I really do. But Boosie got a lot of toxic traits. Of toxic traits.
It wasn't about him. It wasn't about him.
I know, but it's all a part of it, right? If you want to have a compound and you want to share space with people, it needs to be positive energy.
It's like that brother told me. The brother who I forgot the brother's name. He works in private funding or whatever. And we were having a conversation. He was like, the problem with a lot of entrepreneurs is you think your kids want your raggedy business.
That's a fact.
And you build the whole thing like my kid is going to take this over one day, whatever that may be. It could be Buy the Hood, it could be the Finance Rebel, it could be KBB. We assume that the next generation is going to want that, right? And a lot of times they just don't. I say that to say that Boosie is just an example of what he's talking about. Suppose that you build this family compound without having conversations, and your family's like, I don't even want to live in this state. It's possible. So Liz says that the good government job was purposely sabotaged. Now they need to sell their skills back to the government as contractors. The bag is still there. A lot of those jobs is going too. I know so many friends that municipal job gave me life, as Rich says. I met so many friends who didn't even recognize how much funding their private job had. They didn't even realize that the government was footing the bill for their private job. Yeah, I saw a lot of that over this last year. Well, it's not even a year.
Especially in academia.
Oh, let me clear it up, Liz. Let me clear it up. The Philadelphia chapter, not the national chapter. I don't want to get her in any trouble, but she's still the vice president, and Liz is still out here doing amazing work. And I told Liz yesterday, I said I'm joining because of you. Listen, I'll follow Liz into a fire because Liz is about that life and about our people. So
can I join, or since I'm not licensed?
No, you can join. There's different levels of membership. There's membership for people who are realtors, but people who are like ancillary, like you're an accountant. So there's a whole tier for that too. Well, not accountant, but you are EAs, which is you big time. All right, let's see. So no, we don't do that here. T'Challa voice. So are we almost at the end of these comments, and then all right. So I just boxed to stay sharp, but building something for the fam is the main goal now. Not gonna lie, it was rough to come to terms with that beginning, but y'all I just appreciate that, Jarrell. Appreciate that. My man said I'll box to stay sharp. I heard that. Gotta let them hands fly. I don't think you really be drinking that Coke. Those sips look fake. Listen, that's marketing though, right? Ain't that his brand?
That is his brand. How many shares does he own? Did he own?
Listen, he said Warren-ish. I prefer Rihanna. I think we all prefer Rihanna. Rihanna is the truth. So Don wants to know, Kamari, are you joking about that, or you really have a new goal of 50 doors? Are you joking?
Call me Mr. 50 Doors.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Yo.
Dead ass, bro. As a youngin' said.
And you remember Malik was trolling me the other day, speaking of Mr. 50 Doors. He gonna call me talking about, yo, I see you lost some weight. I said, I told you over the last year I've been trying to lose weight. He said, all right. He said, from now on, he said, your name is Jim 500. So he kept
Shout
referring to
out,
me.
shout out our brother Malik. He
So
called me the other day too, and
yeah,
he said, Kamar, congratulations on the Saturday school. I know you've been talking about that for like 2 decades. I said, yeah, now it's coming true.
hey, I don't know if you noticed this, but Malik registered for tomorrow, so he's supposed to be there.
Are you serious?
Look, he just registered this evening. I was nothing like, dog, you waited last minute.
Not well. He was telling me his son had something, because he keeps his kids active. So
Yes, he does.
That's dope.
All right, so Kev says, Ant, I'm 58. I've started over 3 times. Keep getting it, young brother. There you go. Advice from Kev, man. Keep pushing forward, man. I needed them weekly hotel meetings for direction, purpose, and not to return to the streets when I left the mosque. There you go. So that's another net positive, Kamari. Kept him out of trouble by going to the weekly MLM meetings.
Yeah, that's dope.
No one wants to live with Boosie. His kids want to deal
That's
with
true. Boosie a mess.
the government is in a shake-up period, similar to what happened to the Clinton. It's all about resilience from attrition. I heard that. All right, so Lean Systems is an MLM. It's not a good model though. Highly emotional churchy. You got people out here thinking you can beat the S&P selling scooters. Diamond Dave says we don't understand investments. As a people overall, we really don't. And it's funny because I'm someone who's a finance nerd, and I've pretty much went as far as getting licensure in the stock market. I've gotten licensure in real estate. I've gotten licensure in insurance because I just want to learn and I go that far. And sometimes I realize that everything I thought 10 years ago, I just no longer think. Because with experience and more study, you might see the world completely different. It doesn't mean that you were ignorant before, but what I realized is like I wasn't as smart as I thought I was.
Things change.
And then when you talk to other people, and that's another great point, Kamari. The market that we're in now and the environment we are in, like overall with the economy, is completely different than it was 10, 15 years ago. But Diamond Dave is always on to something, but he's absolutely true. Like some of us really don't understand what's going on. So Liz says, Kamari, there you go.
All right, I'm there, Liz.
Me and Kamari are joining.
I'm joining.
They got an event. Matter of fact, Kamari, go to the event on the 30th because I wanted to go, but I can't. I got invited as like an Illuminati meeting. So
I'm not doing no blood sacrifices, Jim. So
dog. When I show you this meeting that I got invited to, that's what you're gonna think. I got invited to a meeting on the 30th, but they're having another meeting for the realtors, like for NARAB. So you should go to that. Hold it down for us there, Kamari.
Okay.
Storm Leroy talks about having all his properties liquidated and transferred into the S&P and a dividend-paying trust because he ain't sure his children even want to have it, with them being landlords. I like a lot of Storm's content. I ain't gonna lie, I do. There's certain folks that talk real estate that I don't like, but he's one of the people I actually do like his content.
I gotta check him out. I'm not familiar with his
I
work.
don't agree with 100% of the stuff he says, but I don't agree with 100% of anything, including myself. So if I can't agree with 100% of myself, I'm never going to agree with somebody else. But I do like his content, though. It's like it's not a bunch of like trying to sell you dream stuff. So Dina says my first job was at McDonald's. I'll never forget my boss telling me not to be one of those people somebody always to tell you what to do. That was a blessing. So that's what I'm saying. Like she remembers something from her first job. All right, so we got Kamari 50 door Mar. 50 doors. Go ahead, Kamari. Congrats, brother. That's just
50. That's it. 50 door Mar. I was trying to think of a way to that's it. 50 door Mar. Thank you.
50 door Mar. Listen, just put the little,
Yep.
He said Jim 500 is hilarious. Y'all feel it?
Malik is the king of slander too, yo.
It's slander, but that's my bro. That's my bro. So I died laughing. And I don't think I died laughing because he kept calling me. So he texted me like Jim 500. I said, yo, you gotta chill, bro. Anyway, Liz says the way I live 6 lives since 33, my life has changed so much. And listen, it's in her name, medicine to mortgages. That's an entire story in itself. But
360 degrees.
I just want a lot of our folks, specifically the folks that watch us, that kick it with us, that are in our village, to understand that, y'all can't be feeling like it's over in your mid-30s, or even like I told you, I talked to someone this week at 29 who felt like I missed my mark. It's all over. I'm like, yo, your life is just starting. And I was getting that perspective from, getting that information about Hilton and how broke he was at 44. And now his real estate brand is one of the biggest brands in the world. Crazy part is, in that, I know you didn't get to this part, Kamari, but they talk about when he first goes overseas, and one of the first Hiltons overseas was literally called the Paris Hilton.
Oh, wow.
I said, when we think about Paris Hilton, we think about something else. But anyway, she got low though. You see that she stopped embarrassing her family. She got real low with it.
Yeah, they probably said they're gonna write it out of the will in the trust.
Yeah, guess what she did? She was like, all right, I'm getting offline. I talked to an investment advisor. I don't know anything, and that's okay. Listen, you know to go get the information. You seen the passport to billionaire reveal? Have you thought about grabbing Derek Grace's in-home banking board game? It has real life urban situations for Jamil. I'm glad you brought that up. I forgot that he had a game. I know he was going crazy with during the pandemic. I gotta look it up. If you can, Jamil, send me the link where I can get it. I'm definitely copying it. I got so many finance games now that we gonna have a look. Our Saturday school is going to be revolutionary. In fact, our Saturday school is going to be so revolutionary that I actually started getting scared with the thoughts of what we can actually do with this Saturday school. Just being honest with y'all, because we, I know Corey's not on now, but Corey is a master educator. We have the actual games that tie into everything that we teach is going to be culturally relevant. We are partnering with like one of the pastors that I respect. I don't respect a lot of pastors, but this brother, and he gives back to the community. In fact, for those who don't know, Faith Chapel has one of the biggest food banks uptown Philadelphia. Like, he gives away food all the time. Like, so this is the brother who's like giving us space. He doesn't charge us, he's giving us space to do this. So I'm really excited about that.
He's not charging us, but we definitely want to sow a seed, though.
Of course. Listen, man, that's how it is. Liz says we are creating more Black developers. Join and come through. So that's what the meeting is about on the 30th, Kamari. About creating more Black developers. I need you to pull up for that for the team.
Listen, if Liz is there, I'm there.
50 door. I want you to go with a T-shirt that says 50 door Mar.
Not a problem.
So, and it's not a documentary; it's a podcast series. I'll share it. Matter of fact, if you're in the village, I'm gonna go to the general chat once we over. I'm gonna put the link to the podcast series. I'll put the Spotify and Apple joints. I'll personally listen to Pocket Cast, and I'm also a Wondery Plus subscriber. But I digress, because I'm a podcast nerd. All right, so welfare to work, lights getting shut off. Hustle. Listen, I got it. I know that.
Life story.
All right, so Dr. Chaz got to get out of here. But Dr. Chaz, before you go, I got one question for you. Would you rather have, and we probably gonna do a whole show on this in the real estate space? Would you rather have 40 doors or 10 paid off doors, or 40 doors but you still have you're still dealing with financing?
Me, because I don't like people, I probably say the 10 paid off.
Okay.
Just for consolidation and management.
Okay. All right. We're going to probably do a whole show. Matter of fact, we should do that next Friday. Come back on next Friday with Dr. We're going to talk about that. For those in the chat, though, would y'all rather have, because I want to get some idea of how y'all feel before we put a whole show together about this. Would you rather have 40 doors where you
50,
still owe?
50 doors. It's 50 doors.
It's 50? It's 50 and 10? We can make it 50.
Yes, it started out as 50 and 10.
All right, we can make it 50 then. 50 doors with financing or 10 paid off doors. 50 or 10. Dr. Chaz, thanks for your time. I know you got to go get the grandbabies.
Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it.
Week, all right, Chaz. See you next week. For those in the chat, though, 50 or 10? 50 doors or 10 paid off? Let's see.
I want 50.
You want 50. I know you said that, and I said 10. That's how we got into this conversation.
Yep.
Our credit card balance transfer is a good decision. Thunder, great question. It depends upon what your goal is and what you're doing. To me, I use them all the time. I use them if I have any credit card that I use them and I have pay zero interest. And sometimes I ain't gonna lie to you, I've used them for real estate deals, right? And I'll be very specific. Discover stays sending me something where it's like, here's a 0%. You can write yourself a check. I'll write myself a check. Give me 15 bands. Let me go buy a crib, refi, pay Discover back they 15 bands at 0% interest. That's me personally. I'm not telling anybody to do that. But so if you're in a lot of debt and you don't want to pay interest, absolutely use them. Yo, you gotta stop using AI to make your own picture, man. It make you look crazy, bro. Mr. 50 Doors. It's 50 Door Mar, man. 50 Door Mar. By the way, not a shot. Y'all see what color hoodie he put himself in. I keep telling y'all, man. 9 trade Mark. Never mind. Let me stop.
Stop.
I feel like I haven't hit my prime yet at 38. 45-year-old me will be on another level. And that's the way you got to look at it, Don. Don's saying at 38, he feel like he hasn't hit his prime yet. Y'all made that Blackopoly joint. Oh, so the Blackopoly game, I actually purchased that from a black store. I gotta find their name and give them their credit too. I purchased Blackopoly from a store on Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's where I got that actual game from. I gotta bounce. Y'all have a great weekend, Kelly. We about to get out of here. We get to this last comment. We're gonna get out of here. I'm about to turn 50 in 2 Fridays. And Bitcoin options and long term has given me a new hope at 46. It ain't never too late. I love to hear that, Jamil. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. Man, y'all are the truth. My niece was so excited after your class. My girl is going to be wealthy by 18, 16 at best. Liz, thank you. So coming from you, that means everything. Shavar, what's going on? All right, so Ann says he'd rather have 10 paid off. 10 paid off. For a
Yeah, but the
person first
question is
round.
why, right? So there's a reason. I don't want debt just for the sake of debt. Remember, for me, these 50 doors, they're not for me. They're not my lifetime. They are for the next generation. This is about what my father has bestowed upon me as a steward, what I have to then do for my next generation.
Respect.
But financially, if I'm saying right now, 10 would be the correct answer. 10 would be the correct answer.
All right, so Thunder says, for a person's first rental property, would you recommend a single family or a multifamily property? Now, my answer to that is going to like not really help you at all because I'm going to say it depends. But I think that's the appropriate answer, like because I don't know what your overall goals are, what your perspective is, what kind of experience do you have.
But
I'm
in
a
general,
person.
I would say multi.
Well, it depends. Are you going to live in a unit? Are you going to live in one unit and rent the rest out, or are you already have?
That's what I'm working on getting my son to do. That's what I think all young people should do because you got to live somewhere. And one of the things, again, this is based on my dad, right? My mom got divorced in like 82. He said the thing that saved his life was that he created, like you said, Jim, you create your life. He created subsidy in his life. So it's like, I'm going to need to live somewhere. So I'm going to get this multifamily. But to your point, sometimes you might have situations where you can't do that. So.
Yeah, it's funny. I was watching the Killer Mike interview on Shannon Sharp, and he was saying that he was talking, Killer Mike be talking shit. He was like, I'm at the point now I don't care. He said, I bought enough real estate where my monthly rental income covers my life. He was like, so I'm just going to talk how I feel like talking. I was like, there you go.
Respect.
Yeah, he also brought up a point that I was thinking about something he said. He said, a lot of our politicians, because they're professional politicians and they don't have any business experience or any money,
they fuck up.
He said they get caught up in nonsense and they have to listen to people that they shouldn't. He was like, you got other folks that are independently wealthy and get office and they do whatever they want to do because what you gonna do to them? Anyway, but that's another story. But answer Thunder, the reason I'm not just going to say multifamily is because you said your first rental property, not your first property. So if you don't already own a property, right, or maybe you do own a property and you're looking to get your first rental, single family might be the move for you. But if you want to help talk this through, Thunder, if you're in the village, shoot me a message in the village. Anybody in the village, I need help. Like, I got a lot going on, but I'll try to reach out and make sure. If you're in the village, I want to help. So we could talk it through. But for me, I'm someone who loves single family rentals. And I know I'm in the minority because all across line, you got to buy you got to buy apartments. I love single family rentals. I love them. They're the most liquid and I get the most long-term tenants. So there's that. All right, Liz said.
So let's say, Jim, you're 25 coming out of college. You want to buy a property, you still want that single family?
Again, if I'm 25 from out of college and I'm going to buy somewhere to lay my head at, then I probably would go multi. I'm going to lay my head and want to rent the other two. But I would only do that for a year, and then I would go out and then buy a single family and then add someone else into that third unit. Now I still got, so that would be my plan. Listen, tap me in for this. As a lender, I'd rather the 10 paid off. Whoa. Liz, next Friday, we're going to do a whole show on this. Next Friday. New Roman says 10 paid off.
We need to do this in person.
Lawrence says 10 paid off. We got a whole other conversation in person that's going to go a little deeper than this.
We can do multiples in person.
John says 10 paid off. Jarrell says 10 paid off. Thunder says 10 doors flat out. All right. And leverage to buy a bigger property. He wants a 10 paid off, leverage to buy a bigger property. And man, everybody is saying 10 paid off and to sending you a salute to y'all fraternity, Kamari.
What fraternity, man? Stop it, man.
Jamil says 10 doors because I can manage future scalability if I choose as I get older. I'm with Jim. Use the rent to buy BTC. There you go. GC said, "What's good? What's good, GC? How are you, man?" In my opinion, the man value increases as he ages. Hopefully, more wisdom and more wealth. Absolutely. I recommend the property that gives you the best return on investment. That's why it depends. Tap me in. Liz, listen, I want Liz, we getting ready to get out of here, but I want you to tap in next Friday because we're going to talk about the 10 versus 50. I'm just showing now that everybody's saying 10 paid off. I own a duplex and I live in it. I can't complain at all. There you go. I once owned a duplex and lived in it on Oakmont Street, and I used to tell my tenant that I just the manager that managed it for the owner. And I'd be like, yeah, he's a weirdo. Single families are great with the proper setup if you're
You
young.
didn't lie.
Most of them make
You
sense.
didn't lie.
Yeah, I did manage it for the owner. She just didn't know I was the owner.
I know.
What,
But you didn't lie though. You are weirdo.
Hey, listen, I'm okay. I'm okay. Listen, I'm okay with being a weirdo. I'm different. All right, y'all. Listen. So, we talked about a lot today. We talked about Bud Crawford, his real estate empire. We talked about 50 Door Mar. We talked about 10 versus 50. That's our show for next week. Is we're going to have a full debate, 10 versus 50. I want Kamari to prepare his argument for the 50.
I mean, I just gave it to you.
Hopefully Liz is going to show up too. Liz, we need you next Friday. We're going to do 10 versus 50 next Friday at 7. Other than that, for those in the Philly area, pull up tomorrow, 108 East Price Street. It's our first ever Saturday school. It's something that we've been working on for a while. We're excited about it. Sunday. So Sunday, are we doing a Sunday class, Kamari?
It's supposed to be.
All right. So I might, if I'm on, it's going to be for a short period of time. I got tickets to the Eagles game on Sunday.
Oh,
So
wow. He gonna leave us for the daggone Eagles. He gonna leave us for the white man. Okay.
I'm taking my nephews to the Eagles game, bro.
All right. Use the nephews as a scapegoat. Put
I'll
that
send you
family
pictures.
time on there.
It's my two nephews are going. We're gonna take pictures there. This is a black wealth thing. Because
That's
all I want to do is
it can't be a black ball thing unless you're writing it off. And you can't write off entertainment. You cannot.
Hold up. The reason I'm saying it's a black wealth thing is because the time that I spend with them, although we're going to the Eagles game, is going to be me showing them how the Eagles Stadium is nothing but a real estate play, because that's exactly what it is.
It's absolutely a real estate play.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but I mean, you ain't got to go to the game to do that. You can just drive down there.
I know, but it's the experience of showing. I'm gonna show them all the commerce going on in the stadium. They're gonna enjoy the game. The $20
glizzies you about to eat.
And pause, but these are my younger nephews. They never been to a live Eagles game either, right? So this is like a dope experience for them. So
So here's a true confession. I've been to NFL games. I've never been to an Eagles game.
Oh man, I gotta take you to school. You too. I gotta take my young boy. You supposed to be my OG. You my old head.
I'm cool.
Listen, man. Here's what I'm saying. Pause. But what I want to say is this though. You got to spend time with the youth, right? I don't have any kids of my own, so my nephews are the closest thing I have, and I pour into them like crazy. So this is going to be a great experience. No
seriousness, that's dope, Jim.
So this is what it is, man. But if they're doing business, then can you write it off? Like, yeah, I'm saying, what
entertainment is not a write-off. So you can
hold on. So when I go to games, right?
You can try to write off the food because the food is write-offable. It is called ordinary and necessary business expense. However, if you ever get audited, the auditor will be like, wasn't that a game? Entertainment is not a write-off. But go ahead, Jim. What's the question?
I gotta ask you this question, right? So because I used to have Sixer season tickets, right? And
what year? What year? Year is important.
The year is important. This is what year did Embiid come to the league? Here's the craziest part about it is I had Sixer season tickets all through the sorry seasons. Once they got Embiid, I didn't have them because they tried to jack the price up, and I was missing a lot of games anyway. I ended up selling. Because the thing about season tickets is this: season tickets in baseball is even worse, but basketball is crazy. Like they be playing a sorry ass team on a Tuesday. I don't feel like going. So then it becomes a job. I gotta sell this ticket. It's a job. So anyway, the reason I'm asking this question is because most of the other season ticket holders used to have these boxes and all that, and they would talk about the boxes as a part of their business. And I'm like, they must be writing these boxes off.
So Embiid came to the Sixers in 2014. In 2014, entertainment was a legit legal write-off.
So that's a new rule.
It changed, yes.
So all them season ticket boxes that the law firms and everything still have, what do they
So
do with those?
they still do it. They still do, but it's not a write-off.
Wow. You talk about a buzzkill.
I mean, yeah, but it's still, I mean, entertainment's one of the best ways to do business, right? It's great for relationships. It's still a multiplier effect. You take 10 clients to a football game. Forget the tax write-off. You'll probably do business with those 10 clients.
I get that. I get that. But it was a lot of business. A lot of business did go on. Listen, one of my attorneys used to give me his tickets when he couldn't go, right? And I used to go to these. He had Phillies tickets right behind third base, and he didn't go. He's like, "Yo, you want these tickets?" I used to always take them.
Damn, those are great seats right behind third base.
Right behind third base. It was like he had a law firm, and I used to sit there, and I'm like, "Yo." All kinds of business took place. It really was a business thing, right? Folks being there talking about deals and land, and I'm sitting around just looking like I'm just trying to, see the Phils. But shout out to the Phils too. The playoffs start the next week. But I didn't know that, Kamari. That's interesting. That's a buzzkill. And you said entertainment. So when you say entertainment, when you say entertainment, right? So if you had like a young lady who was giving you entertainment for $60 or something like that.
Come on, man. We're not talking about $40 dates, man.
Is that a write-off? All right, I'm sorry. All right, y'all, listen. I need y'all to do me a favor so we can get out of here.
Before we get out of here, go ahead. I want to show you something now. Go ahead.
All right, in the chat, I want y'all to give me a hashtag. What is the hashtag going to be for the giveaway? We got to do a giveaway. So
hashtag 50 door Mar.
It says man, though. It says that you try to put Mar, they put man. See, this is, you keep trying to use AI, man. You got 50 door Mar is what it's supposed to say. AI ruined it again. Give me some hashtags. What are some hashtags for our giveaway tonight? By the way, there's an interesting video about the Atlanta Braves, right? And I had a conversation in Orlando a couple weeks ago when I was in Orlando. I was talking to some real estate folks out of Chicago, and they were talking about the job they had to do trying to value Wrigley Field. But that's not the point. The point is they were talking about, and for me, it was kind of foreign territory because in Philadelphia, a lot of our stadiums are like, got tax grants and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of stadiums across the country, which I didn't realize, is some of these owners just outright buying themselves.
Yep.
Like Wrigley Field is owned completely by the owner. So therefore, it's a taxable entity and it's like a full functioning business. But there is I'm going to send you the video, come on, once we get off here. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring it to the next show. But the Atlanta Braves, the Atlanta Braves, real quick, the Atlanta Braves revamped their entire business model to the point where the baseball team is almost a loss leader. They built a full community around the new stadium that includes retail, apartments, office space. The Atlanta Braves are essentially operating as a real estate company. The draw is the Braves, but they turned it from a baseball team to a real estate company. And the crazy part is, as I'm reading this and watching all of this, I'm sitting there thinking like, this is exactly what they're doing with the new stadium for the Sixers. This is the new wave. Is the team is just a part of an overall real estate play.
Gotcha. That's wild. Can you imagine what those rents are going to be? All right, but listen, Jim, I'm making an executive order. Sorry. Okay. It's got it. So I want to give Jigga the credit though. He said hashtag Tracy.
Okay, that's all right. There you go. It's with an I.
So it's with an I, but yeah, that's got to be it, man. Because you know what, Liz? Hold on. Liz didn't see it. I don't think Liz saw the video.
Before we get out of here, we gotta show this video. Liz, watch this video, but also put the correct one up so everybody can join while you play the video. The correct one is our sister, TRACI. Man, listen.
Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Kamari's trying to bring me to tears again on the show, but we're going to watch the video again.
No, listen, man, I do feel it's incumbent upon us to keep her name alive and keep her legacy alive because Tracy was a real one. I know a lot of people use that term and they overuse it, right? But she really was. So
listen, man, I tell you, the wife and I were talking about Tracy literally last night as we were looking at Tracy gifted us a custom-made Monopoly game. And I was like, man, like, it is what it is, bro. I gotta share that with my socials now, because I gotta get that off my chest.
Yeah, listen, by the way, we gotta include Liz in that Monopoly set.
Yes.
In the game. But all right, so here, I'm gonna share the right one. I didn't share the right one with you last time, Jim. I'm gonna share the red one with you now.
Pause.
Why is this a plausible number, man?
What you just said sounded crazy.
That we instill that in our networks. There should not be any conversations regarding Nana's house, estate sales, divorces, or land or other community conversations that don't go through us. With our relationships and the fact that Native Philadelphians, networks, organizations, resources, business owners, faith leaders, attorneys, everybody in here, we can make sure that our dollar spends 6 times before it leaves our community. That's right. That's right. That is how we build generational wealth. That is how you create spaces to share, deliberately transfer, and appropriately make sure your paperwork is put together with professionals, not gurus.
Amen. Talk about it.
Everybody has credentials. They have made sure that they have paid attention and homage to their craft in years. So it's not a practice on your family.
It's not a practice on your family. Like,
I think before you post it, Omar, use the other one and just add subtitles because that one got too many.
No, it does, but I'm a rock with this one because I use something else.
That's why I hate that app. I erased that app off my phone because that don't be putting too many pale skins in my videos.
Yeah, but I feel like the message is, I feel you.
The message is what it is, which is why you don't need all that.
Yeah, but it depends. For somebody who does not know, it could be helpful. But I feel you though, brother.
No, I'm talking about just the
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Especially what she's saying. What she's saying, we don't need to, Anyway,
yeah, but some people have short attention spans.
You got me over teary-eyed over here, man. And one of the things about Tracy though, and it's funny because I have a whole folder in my Google Drive of like pictures and videos of Tracy, is that she did so much work that we have that, right? I think about this, but the most important person to probably ever live in my life is my grandma. My grandmother meant the world to me. But I often think about the fact that I don't got a lot of videos of her. I got pictures, but I don't have a lot of video. And I think about where we are in the world, and we create so much content, and even with our sister, there's so much. So, that's a blessing too.
And so I want to say this, piggybacking off of Jim, right? And Liz, right? She says, I miss our friend deeply. My caption was going to be, we miss our friend deeply. Basically what Liz was saying, right? But take pictures with your loved ones. Take videos with them every chance you get. We all got these phones. They got these technology. After losing Tracy, after losing my father and so many other people in my family, over the last 12 months, these memories are everything.
Yeah.
They're everything. They're gold. They're gold.
Hey, man, we got to get a lot of pictures tomorrow, man. We got a lot of pictures. Listen, it's funny you say that, right? I just told Liz this. Me and Liz just had a closing probably a month ago or whatever. And I was telling her and Keisha, I was like, let's get some pictures because when I see my people, I'm taking pictures with y'all from now on, right? Because you got to make those memories. I was just having this conversation with Liz.
And it's not being extra. It's not being Joe. It's just saying, yo, we're not going to live forever, y'all. Not to be morbid, but I always want to remember you as long as I can.
Man, when we were at Tracy's wake and they had all those pictures, I was like, yo, first of all, she knew everybody.
Yep.
And then it's but man, I miss Tracy. But man, that's tough, bro. But so that's our hashtag. Hashtag Tracy. Join Kamari. Set up the if you can set up the giveaway. We're gonna do our giveaway. Remember, if you win this, shoot me a message in the village. And if you're not in the village, go to blackwealthrebels.com and join the village. If you win, send me your lightning address. How you get your lightning address? Now I want you to pay attention for this. Go into your Cash App. Go to where it says Bitcoin. It's going to be an up arrow and a down arrow. Hit that button. It's going to give you a QR code. Because basically you're saying I want to receive. So tap the QR code. It's going to say Bitcoin address and Lightning address. Copy the Lightning address. Send that to me. It's a long string of numbers. It's the reason I'm using Lightning and not Bitcoin because Lightning settles literally within seconds. It's a side chain on the Bitcoin network. That's
What
a
does
whole
that
other.
even mean?
Yeah.
What
See,
does it even mean?
and this is why we got the Bitcoin class. I know Jamil gonna cut us out. Like you keep saying that. We got things scheduled. Kamari wants to do a class first about Bitcoin versus crypto. Then we're
Yes,
gonna follow,
that's
but then we're
October
gonna
11th. That's October 11th.
hey, October 11th is next Saturday. So next Saturday evening we going live. So you gotta be in the village because I'm gonna do this on a Zoom because I want to see y'all beautiful faces, y'all beautiful chocolate faces. I want to see on the Zoom. We're gonna do this live. Bitcoin versus crypto and why I feel the way I feel. Salute to everybody that's watched the last Stack Sats or Die Trying. It was in the village for a whole week before it hit the public airways. The audio is out now. Yeah, also the Philadelphia Rohan Report. That's right. Tupac Shakur is what they call me. We got a project we working on that we haven't announced yet.
It's going to be fire.
It's gonna revolutionize that space, but I digress. Hashtag Tracy. Everybody join hashtag Tracy to do our giveaway. You gonna Jamil, you gotta let me know too. Let's get to the comments. Jamil, what is how many sats is this tonight, Jamil? How many sats? Jimmy, correct me so fast. I was not fancy, but I understand. Now, listen, we gotta take these flicks with our people, man. Like, we gotta do that. Hashtag Tracy, guys. So everybody go in, put hashtag Tracy, and then we're gonna do our giveaway. And for those that are coming tomorrow, Pauls, we'll see you in the morning. We're starting at 9 a.m. We're gonna have grub for the youth. We're gonna, the game. I think I'm gonna start with the game. It's called From Paycheck to Billionaire, which is a pretty dope game. A lot of people haven't seen that. I got a lot of. The funniest thing about sharing those games is all the emails and inboxes I got. Like, I want to get that game, and that was part of the reason why I did it because you can make learning about money fun. $25 equals 20,477 cents. Here's the beautiful thing about that.
Wait a minute. We got 20,477. What did BTC close at today?
Exactly.
We got a major update.
First off, BTC doesn't close, but I'm glad you said that because last week when Jamil gave us it was like $25 was like 24,000 or something crazy like that. Right now, as we write this, Bitcoin is above $122,000 per coin.
122,000. So it's at an all-time high.
No, because we cracked 123 before.
No, I don't see anything higher than 123 than today.
No, I said we cracked 123 before. Right now we're at 122.
Okay.
Right now we're at 122. I'm saying we have cracked 123. But here's the thing though. People laugh when I said this. People laugh when I said we was going to hit six figures. So keep laughing. We're going to hit $250,000.
But now people was losing their stuff a couple weeks ago. It's down to 110. But I'm like, yo, wasn't Bitcoin like 90 something at the beginning of the year? Like, why are you freaking out?
All right, so Jarrell, I'll send you a link. I'm gonna send it to you in the village. I'll send you a link to the games that I shared. I shared thus far. I've shared from Paycheck to Billionaire. What else did I share, Kamari? I shared the other one. Let's show the ones I shared.
You shared a lot.
I shared at least 3 games. Paycheck to Billionaire was one. I shared Blackopoly, and the other one was the other real estate game that I shared too. Let me get the name of that joint. I got another real estate joint that I was going to share that I haven't shared yet, but Acquire. The other one I shared was called Acquire. I got a new game in today, and I got another one that I'm sitting on I haven't shared yet. So on TradingView, but the market doesn't show down. So on TradingView between 8 and 9, but the market
because
itself,
of where they're pulling the source of the data from.
Exactly, but it doesn't close itself. All right, y'all. So Kamar, whenever you're ready, man, I'm not gonna wait for a certain number, man. Let's just whoever's here.
I'm feeling some kind of way about these numbers, man. How many people we got in the room so far?
We got. I mean, everybody always doesn't sign up for the giveaway because a lot of our folks got money already.
Oh, that's what it is. Everybody's rich.
Yeah, I mean, when I say they got money, they got money.
They got money. They got their own money.
Yo, shout out to Quinta Brunson. I feel bad for her because
Why?
Well, because she got divorced and she has to pay that troglodyte. You know.
Oh, she got divorced.
Well, yeah, but she has to pay spousal support
Oh
to.
man, I know her sister. Let me stop.
Whoa, that's not where I thought this was going.
Let me stop. No, Quinta is super dope. Super dope.
But she got to pay spousal support to the 6F husband or ex-husband.
That's crazy to me, but
That's
okay.
black wealth being lost.
Hey, I mean, that's one thing Umar gets right.
All right, y'all. Hashtag Tracy's the giveaway. Don't forget, send your lightning address to me in the village. I will make sure you get taken care of within the next. I gotta go to the village anyway. Send us a couple board games out there, so I'm gonna do that as soon as I get off here. But just make sure that you send me your lightning address because if you win, I want to pay you out tonight. You know, let's get to it. Like again,
Let's draw.
Let's go. All-time high is 123, 244, 82. Thank you.
What's the date on that, Miss Maui? What's the date on that, Lorraine?
Thank you.
Miss Maui won.
Look at that. Salute to our sister, Lorraine. Oh, Lorraine, I saw you that message you sent me too. I didn't ignore you. I forgot to answer. You had it was a question you had asked me. I forgot about the stable coin. I meant to put something together about that. I just didn't do it, so I didn't forget about you. But shoot me a message in the village, Lorraine, with your lightning address, and we're gonna get this to you this evening. Everybody else, we appreciate you. We love you. Kamari will be here Sunday morning, if nothing else. If I can't make it,
Listen, man. No, we can't take off no more days. You gotta come
on. I might be on the Broad Street line.
You gotta come on at least 5 minutes.
Hey, listen, I might check in from the Broad Street line. You know what I'm saying? I got a tailgate.
No, you gotta check it from the stands. We know you got a box.
Well, I mean, I'm not. I got some great seats. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I told you what I paid for this game, these 4 tickets, bro.
You're probably in the box with the mayor. That's cool.
No, that's from the 30th though, dog. I told you I got invited to a Illuminati meeting. I'm gonna send you the link to this meeting I got invited to, bro.
Hey man, you that bold, man. Congratulations.
No, I'm not. I'm a cog on the wheel, man. I'm just here.
Illuminati.
Listen, y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all on Sunday as well as next week for those coming to the camp. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Please stay safe out there. We love you. Peace.
Stay great, y'all. Later.
Black Queens forever.